Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little different. It's going to be more like a get ready with me trying on new makeup type of video, except the whole face is not going to be using like a new makeup products. It's just going to be some. I have a few, so I decided to kind of do a video giving you my first impressions on the products that I'm going to be using today and let you guys know how I feel about it. And then I'm also going to include some of my favorite products that I use on a daily basis or whenever I do my makeup routine. So if you guys want to see what I create, then please keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to use is the H2O Plus Beauty Illuminating Booster. And this is just supposed to add a bit of glow to your face. I've never used it before, but I have seen it in videos, so I'm going to try it out today. They have like little beads inside the boost. It says to add 2 to 3 drops to your favorite serum or moisturizer and mix it together, but I'm gonna try it without. So I'm gonna put about like 2 type of drops on my fingers and just mix it on my palm and apply it. Actually, I think 2 is not enough because it feels kind of dry. Maybe that's why they tell you to mix it with your serum, but we'll see. I'll just kind of see how it works like this. Yeah, so 2 drops was not enough to mix into your hand. I believe the beads are the ones that are creating kind of like that white cast, if you could see, when they kind of pop. Just gonna mix that into my face. It smells really nice. Feels kind of like dry once you kind of mix it in. It doesn't feel like a serum, you know, it feels kind of still wet, but it doesn't feel like that at all. This one is like my favorite primer so far. It's the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer, and this is basically a primer and moisturizer in one, so I feel like my makeup lasts all day with this on. So I just take about 2 pumps and apply it everywhere on my face. You could probably mix the illuminating booster with this as well, which maybe I should have done that, but it's too late. So after I prime, I like to basically highlight my face with a liquid illuminator. I'm gonna try out this new Eloise gel glowed illuminating drops. This is in the shade Champagne Gold, not Champagne Gold, Champagne Glow, sorry. So this is what the applicator looks like, just your typical kind of drop serum drop applicator. I like to highlight underneath the eyes. This kind of reminds me of the iconic London illuminated drops in original. I'm just taking whatever's on the stick right now. Let me see how it is with. Okay, I feel like it's not as thick as the illuminated drops. The illuminated drops from iconic London, they're easier to squeeze out. They're kind of thinner and just more liquidy. I feel like this is a lot thicker because whenever I even try to squeeze it up, nothing seems to be coming out. So I'm not really sure if anything is getting into there whenever I squeeze it. But it gets on the stick, so I guess that's fine, but I would like it if it were. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's definitely thicker than the illuminated drops from iconic London, because that was all I got from squeezing. This is how I kind of get my glowy base. I like to apply it underneath of my foundation. I'm just gonna use this new beauty blender. It's the swirl one that they just released and it's limited edition. I'm just gonna blend that out with a damn beauty blender. It seems like this illuminator drop dries kind of fast because it's not really blending out that easily now. But it's okay, we're gonna be applying foundation over that. Can't tell if it has a scent to it. Let me see. I don't know if it's like. Yeah, it has some type of scent to it. I just don't know how to describe it. It's nothing like. It kind of has like a perfume, like a fragrance smell. For foundation, today I'm going to use a new foundation that I picked up yesterday. This is the Kat Von D Lock It Foundation. This is in the shade Medium 62 Warm. And when I tried it on yesterday at Sephora, it seemed to match me perfectly. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with the packaging. This is what it looks like. It has like a little cap to prevent like any leakage, which I really like. But I asked on Twitter if you guys like this for those who have tried it, and a lot of you said that you weren't a fan. So I guess I will have to see how I like it. I'm just gonna apply some on the back of my hand. I have actually tried this before a long time ago. I didn't get to wear it like the whole day though, because it wasn't the right foundation shade for me. The girl color matched me wrong, so I immediately took it off and returned it. So I'm going to use my Makeup Shack foundation brush and apply that all over the face. So I could tell that this is a very full coverage. It already covers up a good part of my chin. Feels kind of drying, to be honest. Doesn't feel like very matte. Not drying, but matte. Probably not good for dry skin people. I have pretty normal skin, so I don't really have a lot of dry patches. Yeah, even when I apply it on to my face with my finger, it feels very sticky. I don't know. I'm also going to the NYX Face Awards tonight, so this is like kind of a risk. I'm wearing makeup, like new makeup products, to an event tonight. Rosie, wow, yeah, this is very full coverage. Wow. Cover up basically my dark spot area, which is right here. I like that part, but I don't like how it feels kind of sticky. I don't know. I'm not too big on like really matte foundations, just not my type of foundation. I like more illuminating, drying, I mean not drying, but illuminating and hydrating ones. So very full coverage foundation. I don't like the matteness, which I knew that it was gonna be matte anyway. I kind of knew to expect this already. So nothing like a surprise, but we will work with it. Okay, I'm gonna do my brows off camera just because I can't do it on camera. I'm very bad at that. But I'm basically using the same brow products I use, which is the Anastasia Brow Wiz, the Anastasia Dip Brow, and the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. For eye primer today, I'm going to use my Marc Jacobs Undercover Coconut Eye Primer. I've used this a few times already. It came in a PR box with the iconic eyeshadow palettes, and I really like it so far. So I'm just going to use this again. It's still kind of new. So I like to apply it on the back of my hand. Because it doesn't have an applicator on it, which the Smashbox lid primer that I usually use does, which I really like that part of the Smashbox primer, but this is what I have to do for this one. So I just like to apply some on the back of my hand like so, and I like to apply it with a brush. I'm just using a Firma Beauty 202 brush to apply that all over the lid. So when I blend it out with my finger, I can definitely feel the tackiness of it. When you put too much on, it does cling to like patches if you have any, or it just kind of clumps up all together, if you guys can see that over there. And it dries pretty fast because I can't really blend out this area anymore. And I don't want to tug on it too much since it's the eye area. For today's palette, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette with her collaboration with Morphe. I haven't used this yet because I specifically wanted to save this palette for a kind of trying on new makeup first impressions video, So I got this last weekend in PR from Morphe. I'm sure you guys have seen it. This is what the palette looks like. Since I am going to an event tonight, I'm gonna focus more on this area right here, which is the more warm tone side, which is kind of my favorite eye makeup looks to do. But before I get started on applying the eyeshadow, I'm gonna set my eyes with just any type of powder. So they don't have these shades. This is the back. It's kind of a little dirty right here because of my makeup. But they don't have the shades listed on here. They do have a separate kind of information sheet that comes with the palette, and it tells you the shades, but I would have liked it if they put the shades on here somewhere, even on the back. But yeah, so I don't know the shade names. I'm gonna have to list it in the description box, or you guys could just reference it if you do have the palette. But I'm gonna use this shade right here, this kind of orange tan shade as my transition color. A Sigma E40 brush. I'm just gonna apply that to the crease as the transition shade. It seems very nice to apply. I feel like it's a bit, there is some kickback coming off, but it's not like really bothering, but it does have a nice pigment. I feel like this is more pigmented than the usual Morphe palettes. I feel like I read somewhere that the formula of these shadows are different than the ones like the normal Morphe palettes, so I don't know if it's true or not. The eye primer kind of ruined it a little because you can see the patchiness. Easy to blend though. Like over here it looks really nice because I don't have that much of the patchiness from the eye primer, so it looks really nice over here on this side. And like I said, I feel like it's a bit more pigmented than the usual Morphe palettes, which I really like. The next shade I'm gonna go in with is this one right here. It's this really nice burnt kind of red orange shade, and that is what I'm gonna use to deepen the crease. I'm gonna go in with this Makeup Shack crease brush right here. This is probably one of my favorites because it's not too big and it's not too small. It's like the perfect size, and it's very fluffy as well. So that's what I'm gonna use for deepening everything up. This shade actually, when I first looked at the palette, it was like the first shade that caught my eye, and I really like those type of burnt orange type of colors. So this shade is very, very pretty. Right up my alley. Go back in with my Sigma E40 in that first kind of yellowish tan shade, and I'm gonna apply that around the edges to blend everything out so it doesn't really look harsh. Okay, so far I really like the shades. I like how they apply and how pigmented they are. Kind of with like the 35B palette from Morphe, which is what I use a lot from Morphe. Definitely it's not as pigmented as I would like it to be, but for the price it's good. But this palette, the Jaclyn Hill one, is really nice so far. So far I'm really liking it. I think I'm gonna go for like a halo-ish eye. The next shade I'm going to pick up is going to be this one right here. This is going to be going in the inner and outer corner of the eye, and I'm using my Sigma E25 brush. I'm gonna leave it like that. It's okay if it looks kind of messy because we're gonna be putting the center lid color on there. I'm gonna go in with this gold right here. This is gonna be our lid color. So I totally forgot about this PR package from Smashbox, which includes all of their brushes. I'm gonna use their multitasking detail brush. It's kind of like pointy and small and a very precise brush. I feel like this would be like the perfect brush to use to see if it performs well. Just applies and wow, yeah. So I definitely feel like for sure this palette is formulated differently than the regular Morphe palettes because this shade is so pretty and I'm not even using it wet right now. I'm very impressed. This will probably even like perform better using your fingers, but I just don't have the time to do that right now, so I'm just applying it with a brush. I'm gonna go back in with that kind of red brown shade and apply it back into the outer and inner parts of the eye, blending it in with the center lid color now. So my mic actually ended up dying on me, and so I'm just taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which this is not new if you guys have been watching my videos. I love this product so much. It's my holy grail concealer. So I'm just using that to highlight under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, the forehead, and my smile lines. Then I'm going to be baking that with my Laura Mercier powder and letting that set. Okay, so my mic ended up dying, so I'm not sure what it picked up, but I used the Rimmel Clump Free Volume Shake It Fresh Mascara, which is right here. It's kind of like a bulky, big packaging, but you're supposed to shake it, and by shaking it, it prevents it from drying, and it basically says, shake to refresh when needed. So it says it volume stays clump free with every use, which I do like the mascara because usually you can't really see my lashes, but I feel you can see something at least. So I like how it looks. It's not clumpy at all, so this is really nice. I'm gonna go back in with the Jaclyn Hill palette like always. I'm gonna use the crease colors to smoke out the lower lash line. I want to try using this brush. I've seen people use this on Instagram before in Instagram videos, and it's like a little fan brush which is for your lashes, and I see them put it on and it looks so satisfying to watch. Oh wow. Yeah. I feel like if you use the fan brush, you won't like get any on your actual lower lash line. I just feel like you're more precise. Move on to contouring now the face and bronzing everything up, blush, highlight, all that. So I'm gonna actually contour and highlight with this palette right here. This is by Ibby Beauty. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but this is their highlight and contour palette. And it was from one of my Boxycharms before. It's a powdered contour kit. So I am going to contour probably with this middle shade right here. And I'm going to use a Smashbox angled blush brush, which I like to use this for contouring. I have stages where I like cream contour sticks and then I stop liking it and I just like to use powders, and right now I'm in my powder stage. And now I'm going to move on to blush. I'm going to use the blush Like You Minted from Dose of Colors, also part of their Mint For You collection. I used one of their blushes from this collection before, but this is the other one that I haven't tried yet. This is in the shade called StateMint. I'm going to use my Marc blush brush, Marc Jacobs blush brush, and just apply to the apples of my cheeks. I like it. It's like a light pink. For my highlighters, I'm gonna use, of course, my Dose of Colors Desi Katy highlighters, both of them. Both highlighters. I like to mix these two together. Obviously, these aren't new makeup products that I've tried. I have used this collection constantly, but I love it so much. So I'm gonna apply the darker of the two first, which is MÍrame. I'm gonna take Fuego now and apply that on top of MÍrame. Then I'm just gonna apply the highlights down my nose. So now at this point is when I like to set my face before I put falsies on. The one I'm gonna use right here, I'm not sure if it's like supposed to set your face, but it's the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Daily Defense Makeup Mist. I don't know if it's like a makeup setting spray, but whatever. I'm just gonna use it to kind of refresh the makeup and take off that cakey look. So I like the packaging. It's very holographic. You can't really tell on here. It looks just like white on the camera, but on the box you could kind of see how it is. The packaging is like that, but it's very faint. It's not too crazy. So I'm just gonna spray that on my face. It smells like, I think it has like a citrus scent to it or something. It smells like Squirt, like the soda Squirt. That's what it smells like. And this is what I like to do after. I like to just fan it immediately after, because then it really locks your makeup in. It was a tip I learned from Nikki Tutorials, and I feel like that helps a lot. So I'm gonna just finish off with the eyes with lashes now. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish off with the lips. I'm gonna try out the new e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in Champagne Glam. It's like this. It's still in the package. This is what the packaging looks like. I like the color. I'm not too big on plumping glosses. The only ones that I really like are the Boxycharm ones, which I don't even think they're called lip glosses. I think they're called lip creams, but I'm gonna try this out. It's just like a clear base with like a hint of champagne. Oh, okay, I can feel it tingling now. Like, it feels so weird. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna like settle down, but I could definitely feel it like tingle my lips. I don't even know if it works or not. Oh yeah. Ooh. Eee. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. The color's very pretty, but I don't. That tingliness is kind of uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't like that, the tingliness of the lip gloss itself. The color's very pretty, but I don't like that feeling. It feels weird. It's getting like intense. So, I don't know, I guess it really depends on the person. If you like this feeling, then maybe you like it, but I could like feel it. Like, it kind of burns a little. Ooh, I don't know. I don't really like that. Okay, yeah, so that was my first impression of the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss. You could feel it, definitely. My lips feel like they were burning right now. The color's very pretty, but I don't think this is for me. And that completes the first impressions get ready with me video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's something a little different, a tutorial while getting a little mini review of my thoughts on these certain makeup products. Let me know if you guys like these type of videos by giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed already, then you definitely should press that subscribe button down below. So my overall thoughts on the product: the foundation is nice. It's really a nice full coverage foundation, but it's a bit too matte for my liking. And the lip plumping gloss from e.l.f. is a little bit too intense for me. I could feel my lips burning right now. So the color is very pretty, but the comfort of it is not for me. So I don't personally really like it. The Jaclyn Hill palette is really pretty. I love all the colors. I love how it has a great range of warm tones, and it has cool tones, and it has like a bit of bold colors that are still pretty wearable. So that completes the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.